Lumos! Hello everyone, welcome back to Marvelous Marauders. Today we are diving into some of the biggest misconceptions surrounding Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone that you might have heard over the years. Whether you're a longtime fan or just discovering the series, these are things you might have gotten wrong, and I'm here to clear them up. We've got 6 misconceptions to tackle, so let's get started with the first one. First up, let's talk about a pretty common misconception, that the pieces of Hagrid's wand are hidden inside his umbrella. Now, we've all seen Hagrid carrying around his big, strange pink umbrella, and a lot of people just think it's there to hide the pieces of his broken wand. But here's the thing, the umbrella is his wand. It's not a hiding spot for it. It's just the whole thing. The whole umbrella is his wand. Now you might be wondering, why would Hagrid use an umbrella as his wand? Well, it's actually kind of smart, seeing as he shouldn't have a wand. Also, broken wands don't work. So unless they're fixed, they're just not going to do magic properly. I mean, we see how a broken wand performs magic in Chamber of Secrets. When Ron's wand does any magic, it backfires. And in Deathly Hallows, Harry breaks his wand, and when he tries to repair it with Hermione's wand, it doesn't work. But you know when it does work? When he uses the Elder Wand. And his wand works exactly as it should after that. So Hagrid's wand was probably repaired and transfigured into an umbrella by Dumbledore, using the Elder Wand. It fits with the whole idea that Hagrid could still use magic despite his wand being broken. Next, let's clear up another one. When Harry first meets Quirrell in the Leaky Cauldron, people believe that Voldemort is already possessing him. Now, if you've watched the movies, there's a reason. You've seen where Harry first meets Quirrell in the Leaky Cauldron, and Quirrell doesn't shake Harry's hand and is also already wearing a turban. So, of course, fans are going to think Voldemort's already lurking behind Quirrell's turban because of the interaction. But here's the thing. That's not how it is in the book. Quirrell wasn't possessed by Voldemort from the get-go. It's only after he fails to steal the Philosopher's Stone from Gringotts that he ends up being possessed in the book. Quirrell isn't wearing the turban in the Leaky Cauldron. It isn't until the start of Term Feast when Harry remarks on Quirrell's weird accessory choice. Then during the first Defense Against the Dark Arts class, he notices that Quirrell is still wearing his turban, which is just a small hint for the later reveal. Now let's tackle one that might surprise you. Harry killed Quirrell. You probably remember the final confrontation in Sorcerer's Stone where Harry touches Quirrell and he begins to burn, ending with him turning to dust. Yeah, that's not actually how it happens. What actually happens is that Quirrell's body was pretty much destroyed from the inside out, hence why he was drinking unicorn blood. When Harry touches him, because of Lily's protection magic, it is almost forcing Voldemort out of Quirrell, which does cause immensely unbearable pain, and also leaves Quirrell burnt from the magical power. But once Voldemort leaves, Quirrell's already weak, and deteriorating body just can't survive anymore. It's a tragic end for Quirrell, but it's not Harry's fault. He didn't kill him, he just touched him. Here's one I find interesting. People think that Dumbledore and Snape can somehow see through Harry's invisibility cloak. This is something some people believe because of how powerful they are, and seem to know exactly where Harry is, even when he's under the cloak. But let me set the record straight. That's not the case. The truth is, Dumbledore and Snape don't have the ability to see through the cloak, or sense where Harry Potter is, technically. What they can do is sense his thoughts. Because see, both of them are very skilled legilimens. Snape, being a natural legilimens, doesn't even have to try. He can sense Harry. Meaning, they can basically read his mind. So while Harry's under the cloak, they don't see him, but they sense his thoughts sometimes. And that's why they seem to know where he is, even though he's hidden. So in essence, Harry's thoughts betray him. Okay, here's another big one. The idea that the Leaky Cauldron is invisible to Muggles. A lot of people think that because it's a magical pub. Muggles can't see it. But that's not the case. The Leaky Cauldron isn't invisible to Muggles. It's just not something most of them want to pay attention to. The pub is a bit rundown looking from the outside, and honestly, to a Muggle, it would seem kind of creepy. It's full of magical folk and some strange characters, so most Muggles would just avoid it. And if they went in there by accident, they'd probably leave immediately. They can see it if they want to, because Muggle-borns have to find Diagon Alley, so they have to get there somehow. Why would they want to see it? It's not the kind of place they'd naturally stumble into. So while Muggles technically can see it, they tend to ignore it. Plus, if the Leaky Cauldron was hidden to Muggles, then why would the entrance to Diagon Alley also have to be hidden in a back alley behind the Leaky Cauldron? Simple. The Leaky Cauldron is not hidden. It just has a bad reputation, which keeps the Muggles out. Finally, let's talk about the idea that if the troll had been in the dungeon, the Slytherins would have been in serious trouble. I've seen this one floating around a lot, that the Hogwarts professors don't care about Slytherins, with people thinking the troll would have killed the Slytherins if it was in the dungeons, but let's be honest here. That's not really the case. For one, the Slytherins aren't just first years. They've got older students, and those older students are capable of handling a troll. Remember, even a group of 3 first years who have no real training were able to take down a fully grown mountain troll, and were able to live to tell the tale. Plus, the dungeon has multiple sections, so there's no guarantee the troll would have been in the same area that the Slytherins were going. It's a pretty big stretch to think that they would have been in immediate danger just because of the location of the troll. There you have it. 6 common misconceptions from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, completely debunked and explained. I hope it clears some things up and gives you a fresh perspective on the story. Did any of these surprise you? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more deep dives into the Wizarding world. Until next time, stay magical, Nox.